Now in this video we're going to discuss how we can extend the power of Enterprise PDM through reporting. As we've shown in different videos, you can use Enterprise PDM for tracking things like projects. And to report on those projects, if you're in the Vault, you can use custom search screens like we show here in this picture. One of the things we're searching on is a particular NPI project. These basic searches, which are just out of the box and configurable, you can sort on different things like the status of the project and filtering by project manager, etc. From there, you can see information on a data card which shows you, like the project name or really anything that you want to track for that particular project. Now that the data is stored on this card is actually being pulled from an SQL database. So we can use other techniques to actually get that data and make that available to people who are not usually or typically logging into the Vault. So we're going to close down this window for now. And you can see we're in the Vault, and you can see this Microsoft project file here. It has all this information on the data card. But what I also want to show you is behind this there's a web page that actually shows the same information. And as I scroll down, you can see it's also shown in a flow chart or in a chart, a bar chart, as well as a column set or table on the right over here that's showing all the different states of workflows and how many different processes are in each workflow. So from very high level, you could see the status of all projects that are currently flowing, who's the contact, the description of the project. Now if you wanted to get more details, as in what files are linked to the project, look at the Microsoft project file itself. You would need to log into the Enterprise PDM Vault. But at a glance, you can quickly see the status for all projects, and this kind of report can be made available to anybody that is on your network simply through a web link. Now this functionality is obtained through SQL Reporting. And I'm not really an expert in SQL reporting, but I can create some reports pretty quickly using the Report Builder tools. And one of the things I'm bringing up here is an example of that. And you can see I've just created a quick report here with Enterprise PDM licenses in use with a chart that's basically going to outline how many licenses I have of different license types that are currently logged in, and then a table at the bottom. Spending a little bit of time inside of SQL Report Builder, you'll be able to figure most of this out. The most important thing obviously is the SQL queries that you're going to need. Those queries are stored inside of the data set that's over here on the side, and basically the report query for pulling active licenses kind of looks like this. And obviously, if you know the SQL queries, you can go ahead and paste that in there. I'm also going to make some of these queries available on a blog that where this video is going to be linked. So once I hit OK there, we can actually run this, and you can preview it. And if you're not logged in, it can ask you to log in, that kind of thing. So we can add all kinds of credentials on this to make sure the right people are accessing the data. So you look here, it's going to show you that I just have one person logged in. That's the admin user, and it's a license type of CAD. So if you had 30 different users across the board, you could see all the different people that are logged in, what host name they're logged in, what username they're logged in, what license they're consuming, and then wrap that up with a nice chart. The reason why this type of chart is important is because there really is no way, there's no license server for Enterprise PDM to make it very simple. So a nice report pulling the license is very handy so that you don't have to log in to get the license list. With the same functionality, we can also get this new product development projects list. And again, this kind of thing is actually active all the time. So a refresh on this is essentially pulling the data every time we look at this. So I could come into the Vault, and I could come to this process here, and I could say, well, I'm going to change the state to say the manufacturing review is complete. And this is essentially changing the stage of this particular process. It's going to move it over to operations. So this final one here then is going to refresh, and we can schedule the refresh rate and everything else on the web page. So you can see that's now jumped to operations. We now have an extra one down here in the operations stage as well. So now there's two processes in each one. And really the kind of queries you can run are really limitless. Whatever information you want to feed to the enterprise, you can do that. And it's very easy to set up, especially if you understand the database structure and the queries that are required for generating these reports. Once you understand the queries, actually using Report Builder to deliver this information is very easy to do, and take a little bit of practice to get all the charts just the way you want. But it's actually a pretty fun project to try to do. So with that, that wraps up the video, and hope you all learned a few things and enjoyed it.